Hi everyone. In this video, I am going to explain about remaining types of root modifications. Fourth type, Vlamin roots or epiphytic roots. In this type, roots are aerial, hanging, and spongy. These roots are called Vlamin roots. They have a porous wall and absorb moisture from atmosphere and possesses a special sponge-like tissue known as velamen. With the help of this velamen tissue only, they can absorb moisture from atmosphere and stores within them. So these plants do not have any direct contact with soil. They contain another type of roots called clinging roots. So in those plants, those clinging roots helps in the attachment with host plant. Example, Vanda. Let's see the diagrammatic representation. In this, velamen roots are aerial, which contains velamen tissue, and they absorb moisture from atmosphere. At the same time, they contains short type of roots, which helps in attachment with host organism called clinging roots. See in this diagram that velamen root containing plant Vanda attaches to host plant. Now, the fifth type of root modification, nodular roots or symbiotic roots. In this type, roots of leguminaceae plants are having root nodules which contain symbiotic association of nitrogen fixing bacteria like rhizobium. We know rhizobium helps in the fixation of atmospheric biological nitrogen into nitrates and make it available to the plant. Examples, leguminaceae or fabaceae plants like pea, bean, groundnut, grams, etc. Let's see the diagrammatic representation of nodular roots. Root nodules are round shaped projections which are present at the region of root maturation. So these root nodules are harbors or shelters of the symbiotic nitrogen fixing bacteria rhizobium. It helps in biological nitrogen fixation in leguminaceae family plants like pea, groundnut, bean, etc. The next type of root modification is nematophores or breathing roots. In this type, roots that grow out from the water surface and facilitate the aeration necessary for root respiration, particularly in mangrove plants. The plants which grows in salinity or salty areas called mangroves. These nematophores contains pores on aerated root surface which are called nematodes, which helps in intake of oxygen for respiration purpose. Examples for this is mangrove plants like Avicennia and Rhizophora. Let's see the diagrammatic representation of nematophores. In the peak, so it is Avicennia. It shows nematophores which comes out from the soil and showing positively phototropic, negatively geotropic growth. For respiration, in this diagram we can see very clear normal root which produces nematophores. On the nematophores, they contain special pores called nematodes, which helps in intake of oxygen for respiration. The seventh type of root modification is hostorial or parasitic roots, a specialized modified root of parasitic plants that penetrates into a host plant and functions to acquire water minerals or nutrients or both from that host plant called hostorial roots. If plant acquire both water minerals and nutrients from the host called complete parasites. Example, Cuscuta, complete stem parasite, Rafflesia, complete root parasite, and Balanophora, complete root parasite. If plant acquire either water minerals or nutrients from host called incomplete or partial parasites. Examples: Viscum, stem partial parasite, striga, root partial parasitic plant. Let's see the diagrammatic representation of Hostorial roots. First diagram, Viscum, which is partial stem parasite. The second diagram is striga, which is partial root parasite. They both insert their Hostoria or parasitic roots into stem and roots respectively. The very last type of root modification is assimilatory or photosynthetic roots. In this type, plants contain green aerial adventitious roots which prepare food materials by photosynthesis process are called photosynthetic roots or assimilatory roots. Example: Teniophyllum, Trapha and Tenospora. See the diagrammatic representation of photosynthetic roots. See in the peak, the roots are green in color, they performs photosynthesis and prepares food material for the plant. That's why these are called photosynthetic roots. In next video, we will discuss about stem and stem modifications. Thank you.